Okay, y'all. I was just checking the docs. I wasn't sure if there was more or what, so I was giving time for people to come in, and I just played that intro thing. I'm gonna do a voiceover for that intro. I just haven't done it yet, but I figured I would play that to just let people get in. Oh, okay. I was trying to see if there was any more documents, but I want to read this notice of compliance because I don't really understand what the hell. Oh, Ashley Jennings would sign that. Mm-mm-mm. She would sign it. All right. I cannot tell who's in here because you already know YouTube does what it wants to do. So I don't even know how many people's in here. If anybody's in here, I could be talking to myself. Who knows? It's okay. I don't mind. Oh, ow. Um, Discussion regarding role of victim sealed. What does that mean? Role of victim? What are they talking about? I'm confused. Do they mean the deceased victims, or are they talking about family victims, or are they talking about are they considering Dylan and Bethany? I mean, what is that? That's what the hearing was about. I guess that closed one. The role of victims. What the fuck? I don't even understand what that means. I mean, I'm so confused. Anybody know what that means? Hmm. Lord have mercy. Ain't no telling who they talking about. Who? Anyway, I would love to know what that hearing was about. That's weird to me. Anyway, I mean, that's all the way. Anyway, they offered proof of. Y'all missed this because I was in the hospital, so I missed these that come out, and I haven't really looked over the ones I missed. We knew that was going to be filed under seal, though. That makes sense for that one. Makes sense. Yeah, Ashley would file. I had to, wouldn't she? Mm, Okay. So everything else, y'all, I mean, we can't see anything anyway. So, but I still would love to know. That was my speaker going off, sorry. I just want to know what they're talking about. The role of the victims. The role. I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay.
You know what's really funny?
Hang on. Let me mute this. What? Anyway. I've decided to not let people piss in my cornflakes, and I'm just not mentioning people that are not worth my fucking time. Okay. Y'all, my brain just went blank. I don't know what the hell I was, I literally cannot remember what I was even going to talk about. That sounds like something exactly I would do. Why not? Yeah. There's a couple people in here, I think. My hell did my mind go on? Oh, anybody find out anything else about the G's Facebook or what's going on with that? Or I haven't been able to get caught up with all these YouTube stuff because of me being in the hospital for a week, so I am behind. And there's only, especially since I'm behind, a couple of people I'll watch because, you know, I don't have to worry about fast forwarding the BS or trying to figure out what part, you know, whatever. So, and then, I mean, I guess we're at a standstill waiting on the judge to reply to Brian, the defense's motion to continue. I don't think that trial's happening in August. I don't know if they're going to get to trial at all. I mean, I think they're just going to try to keep Brian just sitting in the damn county jail. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they know what they're doing. Oh. And why wasn't this a big deal in 48 hours? I mean, all this stuff's so weird to me. What did Dateline leak? I missed all that too because I was sick. I have eyes in my mouth, sorry. I think they told us a bunch of bullshit. Right? I mean, it matters even if it's lies, but whoever is this at, whenever they've been lying. Fuck. I mean, if we come do this now, we need to go way back, all the way back to the beginning with the incel shit and the fucking lying about him, his school, I mean, being fired from the, I mean, anyway. I think that's why I'm confused. What, they mad now? I mean, how many shows have been, how many books have been read? Fuck, did he not, I mean, written about how he know that fucking, what is his name? Howard, whatever the hell his last name is. A damn author that put a nonfiction book out that's not fucking a nonfiction. Now I question every nonfiction book I read at school. It might not have been nonfiction because this man put out a fucking book. I mean, and none of it's true, and he put it in nonfiction because it's his truth. Well, shit. That's not how we were taught what nonfiction meant. I'm just saying. So, you know, since I got out of school, nouns have changed the whole fucking meaning of what you, I mean, pronouns, fucking, I don't even know what a pronoun is anymore. What we learned. I mean, they go change the English language and the English, I need some advance notice because I'm confused. I'll be offended somebody don't even know it because, I mean, what they use pronouns for is not what I learned a fucking pronoun was in first grade. I can't change. Old dog can't change in just a new tricks like that. I guess they should have gave us fair warning before they started changing the shit up. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think you said that right. Old dog can't.
What?
What you said about the all day dog and no treats, I don't think you said that right.
I said no. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh, I thought you said it some other way.
Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck I said. There ain't no telling how I said it. I probably did say it some other way. There ain't no telling. There is no telling what comes out my mouth. I don't even try to. I can't even. I don't know. It pissed me off today. All kind of shit would come out.
I already know.
I'm me. I like me though. I don't give a shit if you don't. It ain't none of my business how people feel. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about in general. As I got done saying this morning, it ain't none of my business how you feel about me. Keep it to yourself and keep it moving. It's raining like hell here, or was. I really want to see this proof of alternate perpetrators though, because I'm nosy.
Oh.
What? Don't you be knowing? We it is raining still, y'all. Ain't nobody. Who's in here? Cause ain't none of y'all answer my damn questions. Ow. Let me see if. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Lord have mercy. Down here to the year we're in. Uh, well, hell. I really don't understand discussion regarding role of victims. I mean, who are they talking? Anyway? Are they talking about Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie? Are they talking about? I don't understand what the role of the victims mean. I mean, or why they had to have a hearing about that? Anybody? Somebody? Where the hell is Heather? Is she asleep? Or Lucy Morningstar? Excuse me. Jeez. I hate being behind, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Clearly. I keep on thinking vacated says vaccinated. Lord have mercy. Shit. I think I've been drinking, and I ain't been drinking. Oh. I started walking some yesterday. My stomach still it's only been a week and I don't know, what's today, Saturday? I've been home from the hospital a week today, or will be by this afternoon. I got out of the hospital about 2 o'clock last Saturday. Well, a little bit before 2. And I'm not in as much pain, and I can lay in the bed better, but I haven't slept worth shit since I got home. Like, I can't. I have to get up because I can't just lay and toss and turn. But I don't sleep on my back. And the only reason I did in the hospital is because that bed, like, you could raise in and stuff. So I can't. I sleep on my sides. And, well, I haven't been able to. I can now, sort of, but it's still, everything still feels tight sometimes. Like, I don't know, my stomach still, most of the swelling's gone, but I was stood, I guess, too long today, and like, my stomach, you can tell it starts swelling some, and then that speaker's pissing me off. But, and then it gets real tight. And that's when I get uncomfortable. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell that means. But it's only been a week, so. I mean, but I'm not hurting, so that's good. I'm keeping my blood now, so that's even better. I'm also keeping this damn big ass bruise that is on my arm from them trying to stick me everywhere. That shit is ridiculous. That bruise it don't hurt, thank God. It ain't never going away. It's ugly though. That damn thing's still purple as shit. Oh, I don't know what the fuck to do. Oh, when you have blood, they have to have 2 IVs. In case one of them messes up, I guess, and there's an emergency when you're in ICU, you have to have 2 IDs. I mean, IVs, IDs, shit. And one of them, the one that the nurse put in the emergency room, the first one was fine the whole time I was there. Like, it stayed, but it was in the crease of my arm on my left arm. My right arm kept blowing fucking, oh my God, my hand was so swollen up when I come home. It looked horrible.
Keep it, I guess it's dry.
It's drier. I don't want to do a week in the hospital again. Shit, I didn't have to stay that long whenever I had my kids. And they cut me open from one end to another. I also recovered quicker. I was younger. That's major surgery too. So why the hell is this? I don't know. They move around everything when you have a C-section, but I just recovered a whole lot quicker.
Where the bitch in here a little bit.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, okay. Oh. Oh, God. What in the hell? I gotta wash this bronzer stuff off me. I look like I've been fucking rolling in the dirt.
Let me see. Let me see.
It looks like I've been rolling dirt. Look at my face.
Especially that arm over yonder. On top of it.
Where?
From over here it does.
Oh, yeah, they're right there. That's because that's what that Band-Aid shit was. I'll get that.
No, I'm talking about the top of your arm.
What, the top where? Up here? It's just
Yeah,
brown. That's just brown.
No, from over here. It looks gray.
It ain't gray.
When you take a shower, it looks better.
Oh, hell.
And your face is like...
I feel like you're rolling in the dark. Is this shit got glitter in it? What the hell is going on? Because I ain't put glitter on. Look here now. Your damn bronzer got glitter in it? Anyways. We sitting here just talking about other fucking thing, everything, like, except whatever. Anyways, I have a spray tanner thing, y'all, because one, I have ADHD. I can't lay out in the sun for shit, too. I used to turn, like, dark like an Indian. Well, that's because I stayed outside when I was younger all the time. Now, half of my legs will tan, and, yeah, I ain't got time to do all that. I get too bored. I can't just lay out there, and I'm not going to lay in a tanning bed. And I don't like being sunburnt, so I bought a spray tanner because I'm not paying somebody $100 to tan me when I paid $100 for a damn sprayer. I'm doing it himself. Anyway, it's got this bronzer when you spray it because I like wait 7 hours. Technically, you don't have to, but I do. So it makes you look dirty as shit. The bronzer just comes off when you get in the shower, but God, my chest looks dirty. I mean, it looks like I the hell. Anyway,
What?
it looks like I just rolled dirt. Anyway, I don't mind having a fake tan. I won't have no real skin cancer. I hate getting fucking sunburned. I will wear the fake tan to the beach and put on sunscreen. My ass does not burn. I ain't got time for all that. I don't like pain. I do not like pain.
I don't know.
Period. No pain. Everybody asked me about his damn tattoo. Don't that make you want to get another one? Don't you like the pain? No, fuck, I don't like the pain. It is no. No, I didn't. That's why I numbed it. It still ain't done. Oh, shit. Oh. Y'all. That is wigging me out. The role of the victims. Who discussed that? I mean, and how would they? That's really wigging me out. That's like making me feel all some type of way. I don't know. I don't understand what that means. All in time, all in time. Okay, y'all. Because I'm not worried about this being monetized. Y'all know how I am. We're gonna have to start going to Rumble. We're gonna have to get more people to get Rumble. So when we want to listen to music, we can go listen to it without worried about copyright, which I don't care anyway, but still. I think it's all ridiculous. But I don't really have a lot to talk about because I mean, there's nothing. The shit's coming to the tower moment, the blow up and come down and fucking fall apart because, well, I mean, I don't know why everybody's shocker. It shouldn't be shocker. I've said this a million times, and I'm not always right, but I've been hell bent, and I've also done some soul searching myself, and I mean, I am very humble about what I do, but I do believe in what I do. I know I don't get all the right answers, but I've got enough of them to tell me this enough of the shit that I've gotten has been true enough that I knew there was going to be a tower moment. I'm good right now. You can turn it off, but I mean that was obvious before now, but so this is just part of the crash and burn. This literally is part of what Ethan, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee, and I'm not the only person to get that. So anybody, any intuitive, most of them, there's a couple that don't. There's a couple that go right along with mainstream media. But for the most part, if y'all listen to any intuitive reader or psychic or anything on the Idaho 4, they tell you that the 4's voice is loud and they're not going to rest until the truth comes out. So there is not one part of me that does not believe, and they've confirmed it anyway to me, basically, I believe it, that they were part of this. There's reasons for this. Because it slows things down enough to expose truth that makes other people look at it in a different way now. Wait a minute, there's something wrong. That's what they're trying to get out is the truth. They're not going to rest until the truth is out because, I mean, it was their life taking, you know what I mean? So they're screaming, and if you want to hear them, you just got to listen. Or you can tone them out. I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, anyway, I still think this is a bigger operation than what anybody realizes. I still think that their sole mission is to expose not just this, but what's going on for all college towns to be looked at. This is not just a Moscow thing. This is where it's happening or happened. So, but it's a fight against. And I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but look, P. Diddy's in jail. Okay. Stuff with Epstein happened. If y'all don't see a link to all this stuff, I don't know what to tell anybody because all this stuff links back all the way to the Hollywood Illuminati shit. They're all the Satan. I mean, it's Scientology. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's all the same religion. I'm saying that they all have the same beliefs when it comes to children and their tunnel, all that good shit. Y'all just have to research that on your own. I don't try to force anybody to believe anything when it comes to that because I had to do my own soul searching. So that's a personal journey. I don't try to force anybody to believe what I believe. But it's just a lot. I mean, everything going on because there's more than one corrupt case, and it's like being thrown out here. And I think I was in shock because I was naive about the stuff when I even was, I didn't know how all this stuff worked. So, but there's always somebody with enough money to buy their way out of this, which means somebody's got to lie, and it creates another lie, that's just the whole process. Just saying, it's just one lie after another to keep up with. Hell, I can't keep up with the truth, much less a lie, and I ain't gonna try. I mean, I didn't really know my purpose, and I'm not gonna say I completely understand my purpose, but I do believe it is what, I've been told. I have a couple of people that I do get to read for me, and one of them would be Ashley if she had the time, but they're people that's been reading for a while because I don't read my own cards because you always put bias in your own stuff. But what I'm doing now is what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. I'm still learning to get the confidence in myself, and that's been my whole message last night from all my guys. Like, you just, because I am newer, then I do feel like, well, maybe I'm not as good, and you can't think like that. You have to believe in yourself completely, and so I'm working on that now, which will make me a better reader in the end. It will make me more accurate. So we'll see. And I'm trying. But there's a lot of times I won't do readings just because I'm like, well, because I'm newer at it, and like, I just need to start taking more risk in doing it and believing that I can do what I do. Those are the revelations I've had. Happy Saturday, Leslie and Billy. I really don't have a lot to talk about except I was trying to figure out what the hell they mean by this closed hearing they had and discuss the role of the victims. They've called so many different people victims. I'm not sure if they're talking about the ones that are gone, that have passed away, or if they're referring to Dylan and Bethany or the parents or what. But I'm just the role of the victims. That's just weird to me. It sounds weird. So. Oh. I guess we're just on what? Waiting on, like I said, Hippler to answer the motion to continue. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to keep y'all on here. I'm going to start, because I don't want to do 15 different things. And because I don't want to have 2 or 3 different tarot channels I'm trying to keep up with that I'm using. because I use YouTube platform also to do lives, to do, about this, to do them about other things, other subjects, and for podcast people to come on. But ow. And I don't really see anything else, so anybody have any questions for me? Want to know about readings? I am going to, and there's not many people in here. I'll do another announcement about it. I'll explain this to y'all real quick about this class. Now, y'all, I do not usually, or was not charging for any of the classes I did. Some of these are going to be because I'm trying to decide whether I'm throwing with United Healthcare doing their little layoff thing with all this bullshit they got going. Me going to the hospital, all that. I have applied at Blue Cross, and I've been hired there before, but United hired me first, so that's why I went with them. But they've been wanting me to come there. I missed a training class when it started because of me being in the hospital. So she said it may be a month or so before it opens again. And I said, good, because that'll give me time to decide if I'm just going to do this full time or if I need to work. I'm going to work full time and then try to do this. I might actually try to do part time and then do this part time. Because my goal is not to make money off of people doing tarot, doing what I do. So I will never charge probably what most people do on readings and party things and all that. But I had an idea about doing people get together. It's not really, I guess, a party, but 4 to 10 people or whatever. There's different tiers. I'm gonna go over those because I have a plan for it. That they do, it would be virtual, but some people get together and do painting things nowadays, different things. And so I wanted to put together a thing to where I was offering parties for little get-togethers or whatever you're having. Maybe you've got people coming in from out of town, friends from the school that you used to go to or whatever, coming in from out of town. It's like a game room type thing, but it's nice. So, I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, sleeping and then yeah. What was I about to say? I'm sitting here just looking at this thing. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was reading this and trying to get my words together. Okay, so for I'll read y'all what I have for this. Hang on. So virtual tarot parties like sipping spirit nights is probably what I'm going to use. I'm going to name it something along the lines of that. It's like 90 minutes, or you can do let me see, how did we do this? Hang on one second. 90 minutes or 90 minutes to 105 minutes. The 90-minute reading would be a like 3-card per person pull, and the 90 to 105 minute would be probably like a spread pull or something, you know, for each person. And then the 90 to 105 minutes actually also get a personalized email recap of the readings as well. Let's see. Let me find the price. So if you have 4 people, and this is for the 90-minute readings, it would be $30 to $35 each. If you had 5 people, it's the same. I mean, it's the same price for any of them. So it's $30 to $35 each. If you have at least 4 people in your group, 4+ people, then the host, whoever the host is, would get a free seat when they bring 4 people or more. So I probably would not do more than a 10-person party. I may do some exceptions, but I just thought that would be a cool thing to do. People would enjoy doing that. And even though it's virtual, it's still something fun. And actually, it could be done if you're not all together. Everybody could get together virtually, like if you have friends out of state or whatever, and you wanted to do like once a month parties or something, you know, to hang out or chill or whatever, then this will be a cool idea too. So I'm doing that. Let's see, and I've still got to get it set up, but I am. Also included in these parties are group readings. We can do optional themes, like if you want to do a theme for the reading, like past lives, you know, I'll have a guidebook or information on all of that. Let's see, and then hang on. I'm also going to be offering a class, The Spirit Within. It's Intuition Tarot and the Soul Path. I'm not sure exactly how much that class is going to be yet. I've got to look and see what all it entails. It'll be a 4-week live virtual class, 90-minute sessions. So the teachings is going to be a mix of journaling, intuitive exercises, and practice using tarot as well. So let's see. And there'll be bonuses if you sign up early for the class or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how I'm doing all the bonuses, but like one of them is a private Facebook Discord group reading, a 15-minute personal reading included with a class sign up. If you sign up between certain dates, I haven't got those yet, but I'm going to get them. And then there will probably be an option for students that need to do one-on-one after class, maybe some. So I'll have that as well. I'm still going to do the true crime readings, so, you know. Let's see. I'm just going to try this and see how this works, you know. I may have to change things up a little bit. I also, of course, do mediumship readings, so I'm going to offer those probably the same price I do now, $20 to $25. And I just believe in, especially with mediumship, those readings need to be where people can afford them, because there are people that literally need those readings to heal, to make it, to understand, because they don't understand that the person that they think is gone is not gone. We just can't see them the way we used to. We have to communicate with them different. So I think it's important to keep that the way it is. Again, I just have to have some kind, I don't care about being rich. I don't care about making a whole bunch of money. I just need to be able to pay my bills. And I will probably work part-time and do this part-time as well. I'm not sure. I just have a tugging to just like, I need to really jump in and do this more, especially since I'm well now. I did not realize how tired I was. I mean, I understand why now when you don't have any blood, but I mean, I didn't know that was what was going on. But I was actually sick for longer than I realized, because I went through that treatment stuff. And see, I don't know how they didn't see that then. Yes, but the surgeon said if they weren't looking for it, like, I mean, and he had to go. Well, the other thing is he had to do like a GI thing to find it, I guess, because they did the dye, and that just made sure that no major organs were bleeding, and they weren't. So, but it was just like one thing after another. This problem, though, has been developing for a while. I guess I literally thought my gallbladder was acting up, and then the past, I'm telling y'all, 2 months, my breathing got worse and worse and worse. And I thought it was like my heart or my lungs or something. So, and it wasn't. I was just losing blood. And since they did fix, and it was a slow thing, that's the thing. It didn't just all like, it was very slow. They said it's probably been happening the most over at its worst or whatever over the past 4 months. And literally for 3 months, it wasn't as bad. Like Saturday, it got, I didn't know if I was going to make it. I thought I was going to pass out. But like I told them, I have blood work taken at least once a year, and I've never been told I was anemic, so I didn't know what they were talking about at first. They just kept on talking about being anemic, and I'm like, the only time I had that kind of stuff going on is when I had my daughter, and I had a C-section with her, and it come back open some, and they said it's normal. Especially, but see, when I had a C-section with my son, I didn't have anemia, but it was different with my daughter because it wasn't planned, like scheduled. It wasn't an emergency, but there was so many C-sections that day. She was born on August 14th that by the time they did her C-section, she barely made it on August 14th. It was 5 minutes before August 15th, literally. Whenever she was born, I was the very last C-section that the doctor did that day. And so, it took them a minute to get Callan out because she was like wedged in there because she was long, and I'm not long, I'm short. So she was 21 and a half inches long and 7 pounds. She looked like she was skinny because she was so long. So she was all stuck up in there. Took them a while, so I lost a good bit of blood. But they gave me iron pills. Like, you're tired anyway after you go through all that, but it was nothing like this. So yeah, I never want to do that shit again. Oh my God. That was awful. I guess I should have studied the hiatal hernia more. I mean, I've asked them before a long time ago, but it was little then. And I do know that the doctor did say that when they did x-rays before they did my treatment, when did they do that? Earlier this year, the first part of this year, that hiatal hernia started growing faster, like in the past, I guess, since January. It got, I don't remember how much bigger they said it got, but it got a good size bigger. So, you know, and I didn't even know they did that either. So, until no, but when I asked them before what that meant, because I've been told I had a hiatal hernia forever, and I was grown by the time I asked them what the hell that even meant. They told me, but they didn't tell me anything like, you know, you have to watch it to see, like, you know, you can lose blood from it if it does this or that. And it's not so rare. They said 40% of people have to have surgery, but I guess they're
Where's my
40.
bed going?
Hang on one second.
I'm sorry.
What?
The bed is wet right here.
I have no idea. Are the dogs wet from being outside?
I wonder if it would be wet from last night.
I don't know.
Oh,
I bet you Poopa's wet. But I don't think people have the bleeding problem. I mean, I think people's had to have hiatal hernia surgery, but I think they lost. 40% of people probably don't lose blood like that. But I had no idea. What the hell? And literally, when they told me, I was like, what the fuck? That's exactly what I said. For real. Everything on? You can if you
I'm
want.
gonna be in there this one.
Well, no, you can leave it off. I'm good. I cannot find my hairband.
Here's one.
A little bitty one.
Oh.
Where's my thing? A little bitty one. I don't know. I took my thing earlier. I had them over here, but I think I put them back. I don't know if I did. Yeah, I can't find shit.
Here.
Anyway, but I literally did not realize how tired I was, and I've always had a hard time sleeping. But for the past 2 months, I have not, because I think I literally would do my live jaw, do whatever, work when I had to or needed to or whatever, and then I would go to bed. Then that's where I stayed all the time. Yeah. I had so much shit. My room looked horrible, and my room stayed clean. You can ask my friend. She stayed here. Yeah, it looks better now because she helped me clean it, but she's like, because she's never seen it like this. My shit stayed clean all the time. I ain't gave a shit about, I couldn't. I just wasn't able to. That sounds awful. I sound horrible and old, but I mean, I didn't realize how sick I was, y'all. For real. I mean, I realized I couldn't breathe and couldn't do nothing, but like, it's crazy when you feel better. Yeah. So. The only good thing that's coming out of this is I'm just losing weight easier, because I'm sure it damaged some of my stomach, because he told me that it made my stomach quite a bit smaller. He said we basically did gastro band surgery without the band, so, you know, that's a good thing to me to come out of it. And I can't eat barely anything. And I have to break everything up. It's ridiculous. So, I know that I can start, like, I've started walking outside, but I can't do any other kind of strenuous exercise for 6 weeks. So I'm just going to walk. And that's another reason my stomach probably feels tight too, because I was been walking. But I think that's as close as death as I've ever come, and I didn't even know technically I didn't realize that it was that bad. I was a little flipped out when they said they had to give me blood. I was like, where did it come from? Y'all. I mean, I was just a little freaked out, but you know, clearly I had to have it. I think I'm gonna listen to Meg P and all them whenever they just tell me to go to the doctor and make sure that I tell them all my symptoms because literally having no blood was the last thing I thought was going on. And fuck staying in that hospital for a week. Because it literally does have me all messed up. And I started walking in the hospital before I had my stomach surgery Wednesday. Because by Wednesday, I had to get up out of that bed. I mean, I was getting up and down anyway. But I had kidney stone surgery on Tuesday. I took a stent out myself. Screw that. Had enough going on. And then Tuesday they did the kidney stone surgery because I guess I had 3 kidney stones that were like, he said he had to use the big laser because it was big. They were like stuck together or something. I would never pass those, so there's that. And I knew I had them kidney stones because I started hurting 2 months ago with those, so you know,
Yeah, longer than that.
just whatever. Well, yeah, I've had them for a while. They're old. That's why they were that big, but still. And then he told me that I was probably hurting and didn't know it because I have such a high tolerance to pain because I passed 11 millimeter kidney stones, you know, with ibuprofen that I can't take anymore. Well, he told me I could like once or twice a month, and he don't want me to take it unless I absolutely have to. So, you know. I know I can breathe. That's the main thing. That's for the birds there. Oh, I have to take my iron pill today. I have to take it every other day, y'all. I damn sure can't take Toradol no more, so that can just go down the drain too. And I didn't even take my pain medicine, y'all. When I got home, I think I took 2 pills. That's it, because I don't take pain medicine. I'm the devil. I can't stand the shit. I cannot stand pain medicine. It makes me so ill. It didn't too bad this time, I think, because I was in so much pain. But I think my pain was a lot of soreness. And hell, look, I already know. The first thing you can do, I didn't have a catheter in me. I had to go pee. My feet were going to hit the floor. I wasn't using a bedpan because I already know. The sooner you get up, the better it's going to be. I was not out of surgery 2 hours. My feet hit the floor. Because the air that they pump you up with, oh my God, it hurts to breathe because it like has to come up, like it doesn't go down, it comes up. So it has to go through your chest and your shoulders, and it killed my shoulders. Oh my God. You have to walk to get that shit out, y'all. I had that shit out by the second day. I had done walked that hospital, but I probably ever did it because then I was hurting real bad. I was trying to get that air out. I was like, hell no. I'm going to walk till this air comes out because it hurts. You take a breath and it felt like you had pneumonia, like the gas. And that's another thing. They don't keep people in the hospital a long time. If you lay up in that bed, your ass is going to get pneumonia because you ain't going to, I cannot. I've not been able to sleep. I've been home a week. Y'all, I've slept 4 hours since I've been home because I slept so much in the hospital because they had me under anesthesia for 3 days in a row. And then on top, fucking Dilaudid for another 2 days, every 2 hours. So, I was on the phone with Kane one night and they gave me my medicine and I think I was talking out my mind. I was like, Kane, I gotta go to sleep. I was like, I have no idea what else going on. I gotta go to sleep. So, yeah. Jesus. But it makes you think about things and it opens your eyes to just not deal with people's fuck shit. To just be like, well, let me tell you this. You're not pissing in my cornflakes today. I was just too close to death, and I told somebody that this morning too. I was like, you know what? It ain't even worth it. It's not even like I can't. I mean, I forgive, I forget. Like, I try not to hold grudges, and I don't. My feelings get hurt easy. I come off as a bitch when my feelings get hurt. You're going to think I hate you if you really hurt my feelings. And folks that really know me or give a shit to know me know that. They know that if I'm being that hateful, there's something wrong. But that's what's wrong with our world today. Our justice system, everything. Everybody's so selfish and they don't give a fuck what's wrong with you. Like the other person in any relationship, and I probably am selfish too in relationships, I'm saying. It's all about their needs. And that's the problem today. That, and I like Morgan Wallen, but that damn, some of these songs, everybody's like, I don't know why our kids can't have decent relationships. Number one, probably because they're listening to narcissistic music, because nobody's going to convince me that damn Morgan Wallen, I think it's called Last Night or something like that, is the most narcissistic song I've heard. Basically, he's saying, I know you told me you're leaving me, but you ain't going nowhere. I mean, like, y'all, I like the song, I do, but there's no way. You can that is the most narcissistic. I mean, it dawned on me one day. I was like, this song is really narcissistic. Anyway, it is what it is. I won't have that problem because I will not be looking for love in any place. I've just accepted that it is not meant for me to have happily ever after as far as any kind of relationship like that, because I refuse to do it. I hated being 16 and dating, like, and fucking all that. And when the shit is like being 16 again, I'm done. When the shit hurts like being 16 again, I'm done. I'm out. I thought that shit, I didn't know that happened when you were my age. So, I'm done. I wish I would have never done it to begin with. I was just perfectly fine. So. I will be the lonely old lady. I'm not going to be the cat lady, though, because I hate litter boxes. But I'm not going to be the dog lady neither. So it's too much worry, because when these dogs are not here anymore, I'm done, because I don't want to have to worry about it. They drive me crazy. So, and that's my boring Saturday, y'all. There's absolutely nothing else going on, but I'm glad I'm not in the hospital, and I'm glad that I'm still alive, because had I not got blood, I would not be here this Saturday. Just saying. I laugh about it now, but I mean, I don't really laugh about it, but I mean, it has to sink in. Oh, I do have a song. I forgot I was gonna play this for y'all. I think it's funny. Y'all might not like it. I don't know. I like it. I don't know this dude's name. 501 Bryce. I think his name is Bryce. I don't know. I found him on TikTok. I guess he's been out for a while, but I like the song. He just did this song. It's a Nelly freestyle, and I like Nelly's my husband, but these lyrics are better than Nelly's, and I love it. Hang on. What the hell? Wait a minute. I gotta fix this.
Oh, let me know what the squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
Sorry, y'all. That's not the song, duh. But I just want to make sure the audio was gonna work. Before I did it, and it did. Hang on. All right, 1 second.
Get great deals on our tires at Firestone with our competitive price matching. Call and book today.
Hit the road, Jack.
Hello to Sargento 100% natural American cheese. Taste the difference of new 100% natural American cheese.
And don't you come back no more.
Sargento, a promise you can taste.
I need a bitch from the mud, real thick Southern dry, know how to load up a gun. I need a bitch from the sticks who can saddle me up and ride all night in a shitbox truck. I need a cowgirl, don't want a bitch from the club, don't want a bitch from the islands. I need a bitch from the bros. I need a cowgirl, come and saddle me up, come and show me some things, baby, show me some love. I'm a sucker for French tips and manicure toes, little bitty shoulders who shorter than 5'4". I like my girls real country who step with them boots on, driving through the pine trees, rolling on back roads. Who knows? I know. I love it when she riding me real slow. Shirt off, turned on, baby, drop it down low to the floor. There you go. Now come and put it on me, baby, show me some more. I know you like that. When I call you on the phone, baby, I'm like that. I could call you plenty more. I could pull up at your house just to curl up your toes. We keep it on the down low so your man won't never know. I'm just like, who that is? Parked at your crib with the lights on, Tennessee plates and 10 on the windows. Drive real slow, just hoping that he don't know. And when I leave up at your house, you already asking for more. Hey, come on, man. Yeah, it's 501, bitch. Come on, man. Yeah, Nelly, what he say? I need a cowgirl. Don't want a bitch from the club, don't want a bitch from the islands. I need a bitch from the bros. I need a cowgirl. Come and saddle me up, come and show me some things, baby, show me some love. Hey.
Y'all, that song makes me laugh really hard. I can't help it. I don't know why it's fun. It's just funny as hell to me. Anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know what I listened to on repeat when I found it the other day because it's fucking hilarious. I have no idea why that song is so funny, but it is. It's funny. I don't know. I just think it's funny. Anyway, that's why I listen to a lot of rap songs though, because I think they're funny. Some of them I actually like, but those lyrics to me are better than Nelly's, and like I said, I love Nelly. But anyway, these kids these days and the shit they can make up, Lord have mercy. He's probably all of like 23, tall and skinny as hell. Just, all them girls falling out over him. I'm like, he's too damn skinny. Hey, he's probably 23 for real. But there's a couple of their independent artists that I like. We don't even have to go there. Y'all know how I am with all the Illuminati people and all that. There are still some that are probably in the shit that I listen to, but, Kane. Yo, Kane, you missed my song. I gotta play it for you now, Kane. I love this song, y'all. I do. The other thing is, I'm not even gonna say that because that sounds conceited, but anyways, I really like the song. Kane, you have to listen to the song. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Oh, shit, get off from here, Kane. Okay. Now listen.
501. I need a bitch from the mud, real thick Southern dry, know how to load up a gun. I need a bitch from the sticks who can saddle me up and ride all night in a shitbox truck. I need a cowgirl, don't want a bitch from the club, don't want a bitch from the islands. I need a bitch from the bros. I need a cowgirl, come and saddle me up, come and show me some things, baby, show me some love. I'm a sucker for French tips and manicure toes, little bitty shoulders who shorter than 5'4". I like my girls real country who step with them boots on, driving through the pine trees, rolling on back roads. Who knows? I know. I love it when she riding me real slow. Shirt off, turned on, baby, drop it down low to the floor. There you go. Now come and put it on me, baby, show me some more. I know you like that. When I call you on the phone, baby, I'm like that. I could call you plenty more. I could pull up at your house just to curl up your toes. We keep it on the down low so your man won't never know. I'm just like, who that is? Parked at your crib with the lights on. Tennessee plates and 10 on the windows. Drive real slow, just hoping that he don't know. And when I leave up out your house, you already asking for more. Hey, come on, man. Yeah, it's 501, bitch. Come on, man. Yeah, Nelly, what he say? I need a cowgirl. Don't want a bitch from the club. Don't want a bitch from the islands. I need a bitch from the brush. I need a cowgirl. Come and saddle me up. Come and show me some things, baby. Show me some love. Hey.
Whatever, Kane. I laughing. I think it's fucking hilarious. I think those lyrics are hilarious. That dude said, I like it when she ride me real slow. That shit is hilarious, Kane. Oh, Lord. You just gotta have a girl tell you that, that's all. Then you'd like it. It's hilarious. I don't give a shit who you are. I think it's hilarious. Garbage hell. Anyway. I think it's funny. I don't care. It made me laugh. Made me feel better. Because I was pissed off. And I got a text back this morning, too. Then I really went the fuck off. It messed up my monetization on those videos, Kane. So, that's why, I mean, it's a lot of shit. Your ears are not bleeding. Jesus Christ. I think it's funny. He's probably like 23. I just thought, I mean, I don't know why I think it's funny. I die laughing. I think it's hilarious. But, you know, I'm just goofy, so. Yeah. I'm just me. I listen to music like my variety of guys that I fucking dated in my life. My music goes from one fucking string to the other. So does the damn. Anyway, yeah. I'm ADHD. I don't have one particular taste in anything, I don't think. Your ears are bleeding. Anyway. Well, Kane, then you better get your damn guitar and start making up some songs that I can play. And sing them so then I can play them so that way your ears don't bleed. I'm sorry for making your ears bleed, but I thought it was funny. I love it. I can't help it. You don't like rap? I was trying to find you a song that wouldn't make your ears bleed. I've done fucked with the copyright thing anyway. I don't care. I wasn't trying to mess with it. What the hell? Oh. Did you just wake up, Kane? Oops. Are you even still in here? Probably not. I don't know. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm supposed to get out from here. They don't like me. I don't know. I don't even know how many people was in here. I don't care. You know me. It's early and it's Saturday morning. You had a shitty dream. Well, I just had a shitty night, but what'd you have a dream about? but I don't usually stream on Saturday morning. Okay, and I have a question for you. What the fuck does that hearing? See, I'm still getting caught up because I was in the hospital. I'm fucking behind. Probably never get all the way caught up. But I just noticed that hearing said the one that was closed. It said it would. Wait a minute, because I know I'm going to say that wrong. So hang on. Let me bring it back up. It's really weird. Discussion regarding role of victims. That was a hearing on the 16th. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, because they call different people victims. Are they talking about the parents? Are they talking about the ones that are passed away now? Are they talking about Dylan and Bethany? And what do they mean regarding the role? If they're talking about the ones that are not here regarding the role of the victims, that's fucking weird, right? Because I don't understand what that means. Oh, Lord. You beat them up. It's okay. Yeah, their role. R-O-L-E. Like their role. But it says, hang on, and I'll copy exactly what it says, the title. I mean, it's sealed, so we can't see. We thought that hearing was going to be something about the jury or whatever. And that's not what that hearing was about. Hang on. Right there. Oops. But I'm not sure who they're referring to as victim. I mean, you would think it would be Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan, but this is weird. That's exactly what it says. I just copied the title where you can go get it, like, where it has the document, the dates beside it. That's that's what it says. I don't understand what it means by the role of the victims or which victims they're talking about. I mean, I don't know what I'm confused. How are they gonna? That's weird. That's just flipping me out. I don't know. That's weird to me. What could that mean? The role? And do you think they're talking about, I mean, what kind of discussion it is? If you look under, let me tell you the date. The 16th is when it come out, or is the date it has beside it for coming out. So it says new, and then if you go down 1, 2, 3, 4 under the new from 5/22 and 5/21. Or that's how many I have showing. Then you'll see it. There's nothing. If you click on it, it don't say anything because it's sealed. But I just don't understand. I mean, if they were discussing the role of Bethany and Dylan, then I would understand. But I don't think they would just list it like that. I would think that if their discussion regarding role of victims are they're not here. But who's discussing the role and what do they mean the role? What? And how would they know? Like, wait, I'm so confused with that. There was somebody else in the chat said they were confused with it too, so I didn't feel as stupid because I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Exactly. Regarding role of victims. I don't. Maybe I'm looking into that too much. But. Oh, so I wonder if that's what they're... See, that's so confusing because technically, then that's disrespect. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean. Okay, I'm not saying that he shouldn't or you should. We should. I don't know if we're supposed to call Bethany and Dylan that or not. Okay, because I don't know what their truth is yet. However, if that's the case, that's fine. But just putting the role of victims, Like, then what fucking category would we put Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan in? Because we cannot put them in the same category as Dylan and Bethany. Because, yes, they heard shit. I'm not going to say they're not traumatized. These four lived and then had passed in a nightmare, like something you see on, in a brutal, awful, most disgusting, most scary way. So I can't use the same, I don't know. I just find it disrespectful. Maybe I'm just lost my mind and crazy, but, if that's the case, it should say the role of the surviving roommates, not victims. That, I mean, where, this is my problem with this. Nobody is putting the four in any kind of category. It's just like they just get thrown around in this case. And that's what this case is about. You know what I mean? Like, it's figuring out who the fuck, and I think it's been lost. I don't know, but I don't like that. That's just as bad as misspelling one of their names, pronouncing it wrong by now, or I don't know. I'm probably a little bit more crazy about that than I should be because I feel some type of way. Anyway, so, you know, technically they don't need me to protect them. They're fine. I mean, they can cause havoc, not havoc, but I still feel, I don't know, I don't like that. Not that it makes a shit what I like or not. I'm just saying, that's just weird. Yeah, because they don't give a fuck who, I mean, in my opinion, allegedly, the way I see it, the people who are supposed to be fighting for these kids don't really give a shit if justice is like it. I cannot. It makes me want to fight somebody. I mean, that's these kids died loving a school, man, that I cannot. Like, this is I have issues with all of that. They will, I mean, God works in mysterious ways, and he's letting them expose things. He's giving them, because of the way they've been done. But I just cannot imagine going to a school that, I don't guess so. I don't know nothing about it. So, yeah. I mean, no. If I don't know. If it was broke, no. Anyway, I mean, they went out loving a school that literally, I don't think loved them back. I mean, it's just really sad if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like, it is really sad. It makes me want to throw up. And I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to talk about their friends, and I don't mean all of them, but every friend that knows anything that's keeping their mouth shut is a shitty friend. A real shitty friend. And I know some of them may be scared, but there has to be a way that some of them are able to get some kind of, I mean, something's got to fucking give. This is, I mean, I could not imagine. I don't even know how this shit happened. And I mean, we're acting like they need to be 21 to call 911 because they got beer. And who gives a fuck? There's 4 people been stabbed to death in your house. The cops don't give a fuck about beer in the refrigerator. Okay? Like, who the fuck says stuff like that? I'm so lost that just the shit that they say, and they don't even try to change it. Like, they don't feel stupid. They just say the shit and just keep. I've said this from the beginning. It is like Pee-wee's Playhouse. And I literally would almost be more comfortable with the fucking couch talking to us, because at least it would probably tell us the truth. You know, like the Pee-wee's Playhouse, that furniture talked. But that's what we're in, is Pee-wee's Playhouse. I mean, that's the way I feel. This shit don't feel like reality. And I mean, while I'm getting called every name in the book, I'm sure, by whoever and whatever's parent, like, I literally am fighting for these kids justice. Like, I've cussed people out. Yes, you can be the mailman. You can be whatever. Shit, we might as well. I mean, can't nobody convince me nothing different. We got Elmer Fudd. I mean, we got all the characters. I don't fucking know. This is like, I mean, look, listen to me. I don't understand how anybody was okay with any of the press conferences. That's what I'm fixing to do. I don't even know who's in here, and I don't even care. I want to go. Because, like, I literally, and I would not let myself, it was January, February after the murders before I let myself, because I knew, and especially with the way they went out, I knew it was going to freak me out, but I knew that I was going to grieve over kids that I did not know, because this is how I am. I wasn't even really doing tarot yet then, so now it's a real issue. I mean, not an issue, but, you know. Now, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel even more connected, but I didn't want to, I wasn't trying to mess with this case at all, and I ended up, and I don't regret it, I'm just saying, I ended up here, and I don't think it was by mistake, but I'm just, you know, this is a lot. And these people pretty much would stay, I mean, they're probably all Satanists anyways, because if they're, you know, in an organization, then it's all the same shit. But these kids are not just gone. They did not just go away to, I mean, their skin may not be here. We may not be able to see them the way we did before, but they are still a spirit. They're still, their spirit doesn't die. Their soul doesn't die. Like, they're still who they are. I mean, they're just not gone. And I hate for people to just act like it doesn't matter because they don't know. And I pray that God, and I know God doesn't let people terrorize people. And Ethan's told me, well, I mean, I don't know if you think I'm crazy, but Ethan literally, that's the way I feel, his energy told me. God gave them permission to not go terrorize people, but to aggravate, I guess, or to force people to tell the truth. Scared the shit out of them, let them know, hey, you thought I was gone, you thought you took me out, you didn't. Turning their lights on. I don't know what they're doing, but I hope they do it all. That's what I hope. I hope that they are aggravating the right people, and the ones that thought they could just take them out and they couldn't, they would never get their truth out. That's why we have people not talking now. That's why people that read tarot and stuff have to be damn sure that they're saying what they're saying, so they're not getting sued or taken out or taken down, because spirit talks, just like Kim Porter. Kim Porter, Sloan said she was loud. Kim Porter's always been loud. She was loud with me. I knew nothing about her. I mean, she lived in Columbus, or grew up in Columbus, Georgia. She's older than me. I had no idea who she was. Didn't even know she lived in Columbus, Georgia, till actually she passed away. And I found that out because she was buried in Columbus, Georgia, but that's where she was born. I mean, that's where we went to the mall at. We didn't have no mall in Phoenix City. It was like Idaho and Washington. That's how Phoenix City and Columbus was. Alabama and Georgia right there. So, you know, but she was loud. She's very loud, and she's loud because she wanted somebody to hear her, and she wanted PD to know he might have took her out. He didn't fix it. She's still going to make sure he went down, and she did too, to save her kids, because he would have took them, he was already taking them down a bad road. She was very loud, and I knew that she was not resting until that man was in jail and could not get to the kids to have them follow his footsteps all the way. Like, she was demanding people to know that. And I felt that before I even watched Sloan's reading, because I did a reading on her or whatever. And I mean, she's very standing in her Micah Miller was the same way. She was very hell bent. I did not do this to myself. I will die swearing that woman didn't do it to herself, because she stands in front of you and not just me. Once she got her message through, she's, I think, at peace resting or whatever, but she damn sure wanted everybody to know she did not do this. She did not take herself out. She did not. It gives me chills, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't think she did. So that's just it. I do what I do because I didn't understand death. I still don't understand everything all the way, but I like helping people get messages. I like figuring things out, and I like bringing people to justice that need to be, again, I don't think Idaho is as safe as they think they are. Or maybe they know they're not as safe. I don't know. But all these college towns, it's not just Idaho. This is what I try to tell people. This stuff happens in other college towns too. It's not just Idaho. I mean, we're watching it take place like this in Idaho, but this is, it's not been as big as something like this happening, but this shit, the big players and the stuff that's going on, come on. The big players and the stuff that's going on, all this, it happens. So, yeah, and this is not just going to expose stuff in Idaho. This is literally, and like I said, this is what I believe. Kaylee and Maddie and Xana and Ethan have said over and over that their mission is not just right there. It is to expose other stuff too that I think is going to, it's going to shine the light on a couple of different things, and it may not happen all at once, but I think over time it'll be more clear and more clear. I don't think we're going to know everything that happened, of course, but I don't think we're going to, I still think there's going to be some things that still 5 or 6 years down the road that we end up finding out. I think parents should think long and hard before they send their kid to a college and think about, these frats or sororities you think you want your kids in, and think about what rules they have about 911, like all that kind of stuff, because they're not going to show you a piece of paper with their rules because they don't technically want that out, and they're going to deny it. But people pay money for their kids, a lot of money, to be in these, and don't realize what it could conjure up, because it's all what they're based on. So, what was I looking? Oh yeah, these interviews. The press conferences, because from the very beginning, Fry made no sense to me, and he was stuttering over his words, and he looked like uncomfortable. It looked like he was hiding something. It looked like they were hiding something from the first fucking conference that man was stuttering at, and like they were telling him not to say this or not. Like, I'm trying to figure out where everybody is, because I was like, is nobody seeing what is going on with this shit? It's been weird to me since then. Okay, like it as soon as I saw that, and like I said, I was about 2 months after the murders happened before I even got into it, but those press conferences were weird as hell to me. Okay. So, Is this the first one? I don't think that's the first one. Hang on. Let me search it like this. I think this is the first one. All right, hang on. All right. Hey, Elle. I love you. Have a good weekend. I'll text you in just a little bit. I got you. I know. I read your other stuff, so I know. But I love you, and I will text you in just a little while. Or you can text me, whatever. Well, all right, Elle. Kane done said, hey, sexy to you. Okay, let me, I think this is the first one. I don't know, but I think it is.
Moscow Police Department. I'm going to be reading from my notes today because
You're reading from something, yeah.
my name is Chief James Fry with the Moscow Police Department. I'm going to be reading from my notes today because I want the information you receive to be extremely accurate. We know you have questions.
And so do we. That's why we're here.
I'd like to thank everyone for attending this press conference. Joining me today is the Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson, University of Idaho President Scott Green, Provost and Vice President Lawrence, University of Idaho Dean of Students Blaine Eccles, Latah County Sheriff Richie Skiles, Chief Deputy of Latah County Tim Best, Idaho State Police Colonel Kedrick Wills. The Moscow Police Department would like to extend our condolences to all family members, friends, the University of Idaho, and the Moscow community. This was a horrible crime that took the lives of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Goncalves.
Kane, what is that? Is that the, what is this? I'm finna click on this. Why in the hell did you send me my, Kane, I'm finna beat you up. I thought you were sending me something. You sent me the damn link to my thing now. What the hell? Hang on.
This horrible crime has affected all of us, the families, the University of Idaho, our community, our country, and our officers. Agencies that are involved in this task force include Latah County Sheriff's Office, the Idaho State Police, and the Federal Bureau of Investigations. As we continue our investigation, we have learned that Ethan and Xana were at a party on campus, and Madison and Kaylee were at a downtown bar. They arrived home sometime after 1:45. If anyone in our community or across our nation has any information about these times or the victim's whereabouts, please call our tip line at 208-883-7180. The facts of the case that we know right now. We know that these homicides occurred in the early morning hours of Sunday, November 13th. Around noon, Moscow officers received a call of an unconscious person.
This pink salt trick
Officers
nearly left
discovered the bodies of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernova,
me with no clothes to wear. So don't mix pink salt with these 3 ingredients unless you're ready.
Good afternoon. My name is Chief James Fry with the Moscow Police Department. Joining me today is Captain Roger Lanier with the Moscow Police Department, Moscow Deputy City Supervisor Tyler Palmer, Colonel Kedrick Wills of the Idaho State Police, University of Idaho President Scott Green, University of Idaho Dean of Students Blaine Eccles, and Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson. We are thankful for all the tips and leads the public has provided in Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Madison's murder investigation. No bit of information is small, and every tip will be pursued. So far, this information has helped investigators build a picture of the areas of interest and the relationships these 4 had with each other and our community. We still believe there's more information to be gathered, which will continue creating a window through which we view this case. We all want to understand why this happened and what drove someone to do this. The families of those involved and our entire community deserve to know. We ask anyone with any information related to what happened with these 4 who are in our community, their interaction with others, and whether they expressed concern or commented about someone or something strange, to get that information to us. Even if you don't believe it is relevant, investigators will review and determine if and how your information builds the picture. Sometimes what a video or picture doesn't show is equally as important as what might be there. Information on how to submit tips and updates on the investigation can be found on the Moscow Police Department webpage. We continue moving forward to understand why this occurred in our community and seek answers to bring justice for the victims and their loved ones, because they deserve it. I personally want you to know we care, and we will continue to work hard to get these answers for these individuals. At this time, I'd like to introduce Captain Roger Lanier for an update on what we can currently share about this investigation.
Good afternoon. I'm Captain Roger Lanier with the Moscow Police Department. I want to assure you first off that the loss of Xana, Kaylee, Madison, and Ethan remains the highest priority for the Moscow Police Department. We will continue putting all of our resources into investigating and solving these murders. Investigators are prepared to work through the Thanksgiving holiday to continue their efforts. I also want to express our sincere appreciation to the Idaho State Police, the FBI, the University of Idaho, and the Latah County Sheriff's Office for their assistance. And I especially want to thank the community of Moscow for their outpouring of support through this incredibly difficult time. Today I'm going to recap in brief what we know. I'm going to provide some new information, and I'm going to address some rumors. On the evening of November 12th and into the early morning hours of November 13th, Kaylee and Madison arrived home at approximately 1:45 a.m. after visiting a local bar and a street food vendor. Ethan and Xana were also out in the community at Sigma Chi, and they arrived home at approximately 1:45 a.m. 2 surviving roommates who were also out in the community arrived home at approximately 1 a.m. Later, on the morning of November 13th at 11:58 a.m., a 911 call was placed. The call reported an unconscious person. The call originated from inside the residence, and a surviving roommate's cell phone was used. During that call, the dispatcher spoke to multiple people who were on scene. Moscow police officers responded, and found 2 victims, 2 on the 2nd floor and 2 on the 3rd floor of 1122 King Road. The results of autopsies indicated that the 4 were stabbed multiple times and were likely asleep during the attack. Some had defensive wounds, and there was no sign of sexual assault. We do not believe the following individuals were involved: the 2 surviving roommates, the male seen in a grub truck video circulating on the internet, a private party who drove Kaylee and Madison home, any of the individuals who spoke to the dispatcher on the 911 call. We're also aware of a male whom Madison and Kaylee had called several times the morning of November 13th, and we do not suspect that individual. Detectives have canvassed the neighborhoods looking for evidence, physical evidence, video surveillance, and they've contacted numerous residents to see if anybody may have seen or heard anything. They continue requesting tips that can be sent to our tip line or called in to our tip line. The specific areas that we're interested in are detailed on maps on our city website and our Facebook page, but as stated earlier, generally south of Taylor Avenue to Palouse River Drive and the area west of US 95 over to the Arboretum. We have heard mention that Kaylee stated she may have had a stalker. Detectives have been looking into that and to this point have been unable to corroborate the statement, although we continue to seek information and tips regarding that report. No suspects have been named or arrested, and we continue looking for what we believe to be a fixed blade knife used in the murders. We have not released the names of any of the subjects who spoke on the 911 call, and we have not released the call itself. Any online reports of the victims being tied and gagged are not accurate. Regarding the resources that we've put forth in this investigation, the Moscow Police Department has 4 detectives, 24 patrol officers, and 5 support staff dedicated to this investigation. The FBI has 22 investigators in Moscow and 20 additional agents assigned in various locations, as well as 2 members of the Behavioral Analysis Unit. The Idaho State Police has 20 investigators, a public information team, a forensic services and crime scene team, and 15 uniformed troopers who have been valuable in helping provide community patrols and safety patrols. We very much appreciate their support. This is our highest priority. It will remain our highest priority. We owe that to the families. At this time, I would like to introduce Colonel Kedrick Wills from the Idaho State Police.
Thank you, Captain, and thank you for those that are in attendance today for your attendance. We really appreciate this. What has affected Moscow and the community here has affected all of us as Idahoans. We have a way in Idaho that the communities come together in tough times, and this is one of those tough times. Leads from the community are important, and as the captain spoke, no tip is too small, and we would urge anybody that has any information whatsoever to please provide that to help us solve this case. The lead agency of this case is Moscow Police Department with Chief Fry and his dedicated team of professionals, and the Idaho State Police's role is to support them and their good work here. There is an awful lot of efforts going on behind the scenes, and I'll explain why it's behind the scenes in just a moment. But what can't be seen isn't always known of what we do in law enforcement, and I'd like to explain that in just a moment. But the Idaho State Police and the FBI continue to provide resources to this investigation. I would like to speak for just a moment, if I could, not about this specific case, but rather an overview of how cases are investigated, so that maybe it'll give some sense of the why of the timeline here. We understand you want answers. We want answers too. But these take time, and if I could explain just a minute about the process here of what we go through just generally in investigations. So we use in advanced investigative techniques and crime scene processing. So what happens when a call comes in, the original officers, the first officers that respond to a scene, and then once that they've got their work there and determined that they need some additional investigative assistance, then they call investigators to come and help process that scene. And oftentimes it requires a forensics team to help process that scene. And when I say process the scene, what we're looking for is we're looking for any evidence that may help us to be able to find the people or person responsible for what we're seeing. And so we're collecting biological evidence, we're collecting latent evidence, whether it's shoe prints or tire marks or anything like that. We're trying to collect that evidence. We're trying to we do that through photographs, we do that through 3D mapping to be able to map the scene. We identify and we mark evidence, and then we collect that evidence. And then we look for any evidence that we think may be helpful. And once that is done, then we package all that evidence up and we send it off to forensics laboratories to be analyzed to see if it can help provide clues of what's happening. All of this takes an immense amount of time. The reason this is important to understand is because it's important that while this is such a tragic circumstance that we find ourselves in law enforcement, we believe we owe this to the surviving families to get this right. And so we're not willing to sacrifice speed for quality. We do testing for blood, we do latent print processing, any documentations for anything at the scene so that we can reconstruct that scene at a later date. If I could share just a few statistics of this particular crime scene. At this crime scene, we collected 103 pieces of individual evidence. We took approximately 4,000 photographs. We've conducted multiple 3D scans of the residence, and we have hundreds of hours used by technicians and investigators, including our forensics team and detectives from multiple agencies. We've processed over 1,000 total tips and conducted 150 interviews. I hope that you understand that gives a little bit of a perception of just how complex this case is. We have the utmost confidence in this investigation and that this investigation will be done right. We ask you and we ask the public to please remain patient as this investigation unfolds. And please rely on official sources of information. We really appreciate the media's assistance. We know you have a job to do. We know that you're professionals and you do it to the best of your ability. And we're thankful that you're here because without you, we could not get the correct information to the community that could help us solve this. So I can't overemphasize how much I appreciate and we appreciate in law enforcement your willingness to do this. What you are doing matters. And it matters in what we are committed to doing, and that is the best way we can think of to honor these victims and their families is to conduct this investigation correctly. Finally, I'd like to share that I've been in regular contact with Idaho's Governor Brad Little throughout this investigation. Governor Little is making available up to $1 million for expenses related to this ongoing investigation. As you heard, the resources that are here in Moscow and throughout with this investigation, you can see that those expenses would add up quickly. Like all Idahoans, Governor Little is deeply saddened by the loss of these 4 bright and promising young lives. And he's making sure the state of Idaho provides all of the resources possible to ensure that the person or persons responsible for this are brought to justice. And now I'd like to turn the time over to the University of Idaho President, Scott Green.
Good afternoon, I'm Scott Green, President of the University of Idaho. We deeply appreciate the kind words of support we have been receiving from our alumni and friends, as well as many others who may not know us but have taken time to reach out. People are donating to the victims' GoFundMe pages and the Bruce Pittman Fund for Students in Need, and they're buying personal devices for our students and continuing to look for other ways that they can help. This is what it means to be a vandal. In the last 24 hours, we have sent updated communications to our students, employees, parents, and alumni. And in those communications, we discuss campus security, services available to our students and employees, our plans for both remote and live instruction to close the semester, and our plans for a candlelight vigil on November 30. All of this is available on our website. We all want swift justice and continue to work with law enforcement to aid them in any way helpful to their investigation. As the investigation continues, we will better know how to proceed in the new year. We will endeavor to find the balance among safety concerns, the need to grieve, and the long-term needs of all of our students and employees. Through everything we do, we will keep Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan, as well as their families and friends, in our thoughts and our prayers. Thank you. I'm sorry, I need to introduce Deputy City Supervisor Tyler Palmer. Tyler, sorry.
Good afternoon. My name is Tyler Palmer. I'm Deputy City Supervisor with the City of Moscow, and I'm here today on behalf of Mayor Arthur Betke, the Moscow City Council, and Moscow City Administration. The loss of Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan has sent an overwhelming, palpable wave of grief, confusion, sorrow, and anger through our peaceful community. Mayor Betke, with the support of our City Council, has instructed staff to marshal all necessary resources for our law enforcement professionals as they diligently work to assure the safety of every member of this community and find the person or people responsible for this. The outpouring of support, kindness, and genuine empathy locally and even globally has been a humbling reminder that those who want to help far outnumber those who want to hurt. And we take some solace in that. To all of you who've reached out, sent letters and cards, provided food for those working around the clock on this investigation, and offered other resources, we thank you sincerely. These continued acts of charity and humanity remind us why we live in this tight-knit, caring community. The City of Moscow is committed to seeing this investigation through to a successful end and will continue to dedicate whatever resources are necessary for that effort. We are thankful for the immense support from the University of Idaho, Lake Tahoe County, Governor Little and his office, the Idaho State Police, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Moscow is my home. And I know we won't be defined by tragedy, but how we respond to it. We mourn the loss of these beautiful young people, and we will relentlessly pursue justice on their behalf. Thank you.
So we would like to open it up to any questions, but I would like to ask if there's an Argonaut reporter here that would like to ask, and then second after that, an Evergreen reporter, if there's one in the room. So let's start with the Argonaut, please.
I'm with the LCSC Pathfinder.
James Torman Aldrich with the Argonaut. I have two questions, if that's all right. Firstly being what the police presence is going to look like after Thanksgiving break and how long that's going to last.
So I'll go ahead and answer. The police presence is going to be very heavy after the break. We have Idaho State Patrol that will also still be in the area, and you'll see a high impact of patrol officers and troopers, as well as Lake Tahoe County Sheriff's Department personnel in the area.
And then secondly, will there be any possibility of the release of the 911 phone call, even in transcript form?
Not at this time. That's part of our investigation.
Frankie Beer, the Daily Evergreen. I guess the Moscow PD press release mentioned looking into hundreds of pieces of information about Kaylee's potential stalker. I was wondering what led you to believe she did have a stalker possibly, and why those pieces of information haven't come up with conclusive results.
I'm actually going to let Captain Lanier answer this question, okay?
Thank you, Chief. We obtained information through some of our interviews that Kaylee had made some comments about a stalker, so that's where that came from. We have followed up looking at specific time frames in specific areas of town. So far, we have not been able to corroborate it, but we're not done looking into that piece of information.
Dan Springer, Fox News. If I can get Captain Lanier. Sir, why not tell the public who the target was? You've said that this was a targeted attack. Why not tell the public who was targeted? If it was multiple people, it would go a long ways to telling the public what you're looking for and who you're looking for, the type of person you're looking for. Why not do that to alleviate some of the fears out there in the community?
Well, first and foremost, we have the integrity of the investigation to preserve. And we feel like that information is integral to us and how we conduct our investigation. Releasing that to the public may or may not flood us with a lot of information that's not relevant or specific to what we're looking at.
Don't you
So
want more information from the public?
we do want more information, but we don't want to put our investigation in jeopardy by releasing what we have. There's always a balance between what you're willing to release versus what you're trying to gather. We told the public very clearly from the beginning that we're looking for a knife. We've told the public very clearly from the beginning that we believe it was a targeted attack. I mean, to be honest, you're going to have to trust us on that at this point, because we're not going to release why we think that.
Lauren Patterson, Northwest Public Broadcasting. I see that the FBI set up a special web page just to collect digital information. I'm also curious if any of the investigators can speak to this. Curious if the Wi-Fi hotspot has been tapped at all. It's possible if the suspect had their phone on them, it may have pinged off the Wi-Fi in the residence. Has that been checked on at all?
As I stated, our investigation is looking at every avenue of every piece of evidence that we can. The FBI has given us a website for any downloads of video or anything, so we ask people, if you have any of that, to send it to us, please.
Thank you. Natasha Chen, CNN. I have a couple of questions here. One, in many homicide cases, the first hours, the first days are so incredibly crucial. Now that we're moving into a window that's further and further away from the incident, does that concern you about the ability to arrest a suspect, or do you have information that you simply can't share with us that makes you confident that you're close to solving this?
I'm going to have the Colonel step up and address that, please.
Well, thank you for the question, and I would like to address it a little more globally than specifically. A little more globally here. Yes, as time goes on, I mean, we're time past the initial calls for service and the initial crime. However, we also, as time goes on, are able to process the forensics evidence, any forensics evidence that we may have collected, and so that helps us. And we're also able to process the tips that continue to come in, which may help us. And so while time in one respect is not beneficial, in another respect it is, because it helps provide us with that whole picture of with all of the information that we're gathering, whether it's evidence or tips or any other information that we're gathering, it may help us to provide a clearer picture. And so it may help answer those questions that we're seeking as well.
Hi, Angela Palermo, Idaho Statesman. I was wondering if there's any evidence that suggests the attacker visited the first floor where the two surviving roommates were.
That information will not be released at this time. It's part of our investigation, and as we stated earlier, there's many things that are involved in an investigation that we will release and things we won't.
Good afternoon.
Ashley Soriano, Fox News. I have two questions. Have you considered the possibility of a murder-suicide? Is that something that you guys are considering right now?
That question has been asked previously, not at a press conference. It's certainly something that we looked at in the early part of the investigation. It is not something that we're looking at this time.
And I know some of the investigators' vehicles and police vehicles are coming in and out of the driveway. Do you think that potentially could disturb any tire marks or other evidence?
Yeah, so the question has been asked about why did the crime scene tape expand, and that's not uncommon. When the first officers arrived, they tried to cordon off what they thought was important. We immediately expanded that when the investigators got there to process the scene. And logically, as this progresses, and you've seen this through our press releases, we have expanded it to several areas of the city and have in fact canvassed entire neighborhoods. So we try very, very hard to uncover every single bit of evidence possible in an area before we move on to the next area. So yes, we've looked at everything that we think we need to look at in and around the crime scene at this point.
But do you believe the cars coming back and forth in the driveway, potentially like tire marks or foot marks that there could have been?
Well, it's a gravel parking area, so it would be hard to say that.
How are you folks holding up? How are your detectives and officers holding up? And Chief, you mentioned that detectives are prepared to work tomorrow on Thanksgiving, so is the expectation that they will be?
That is correct. We're going to have many detectives and
They had to let everybody know they were going to work on Thanksgiving. You know, because cops normally fucking work on Thanksgiving.
Dedicated. Our people care about this community. Our people want to ensure the community that we're here to bring safety and we're here to get a resolve on this. So we will continue to push through. We'll give people time off as they need it, and we will continue to take care of them. But we're gonna keep pushing on this until we come to a conclusion.
Chris Mitchell, KLEW. Is there any plans to increase security for the Apple Cup on Friday?
I can't speak to what's going on in the state of Washington. I can only speak to what we're doing here on the campus of the University of Idaho in concert with President Green and his team. We are absolutely, with the Idaho State Police and the Moscow Police Department, we are 100% dedicated to making sure that this continues to be a safe place for students to do what students need to do. And so that's why we have so many uniformed troopers here that aren't necessarily assisting with the investigation, but rather here to help with the campus security. And President Green and his team have been fantastic in helping to strike that balance to make sure that we have law enforcement resources here. So while I can't speak what's going on anywhere else, I can tell you at the University of Idaho we have a lot of state troopers, a severe increase of state troopers and Moscow police officers here, both on campus as well as throughout the community.
John Gabell, ABC News. Are investigators looking at any possible connection to an unsolved double stabbing in the Salem, Oregon area about 1.5 years ago? Specifically, 2 people stabbed in their home in the middle of the night, long knife, no suspect at this point. One died, one survived.
I think we're looking at every avenue, and we have other agencies reaching out to us with other cases and stuff that we are doing follow-up on, and we will continue to follow up on those.
Are you aware of that case?
I actually had a tip come in on that case, and I forwarded it to our tip line.
Okay, one more question. Can you confirm the bodies have been released to the families or are being so released today?
I believe they have been released to the family, and I know that I believe one of them has already had a funeral.
Destiny Martin with the LCSC Pathfinder. Can you lend any insights into the possibility that the murder weapon is linked to the ROTC program? And also you mentioned that the analysis unit is here. Will we be able to hear anything from them about a working profile they possibly have? And on that note, have you guys ruled out the possibility that the killer might be a female?
So we look at every avenue. We're looking at every group of people. Like I said early in our first press conference. We're not going to let any stone go unturned. I believe, can you just clarify your second portion of that question? Oh, the BAU, sorry.
Yes, I would like to know if the BAU has a working profile, because, you know, you look at victimology. Sure. Are you able to tell us who was killed first on the time of death, so that we may understand, like, who was, if it was a targeted attack, it would make the most sense if they killed one of the roommates first, and then maybe the other two. You know, I know
Sure.
This is not speculation, I'm getting off topic. My question is are you guys looking at a working profile? Have they come up with anything new regarding the motive or intentions of the killer or killers?
The BAU unit is working diligently to do what they do. Will that be provided? I'm sure that may be provided once the conclusion of this case comes together. But they are continually taking in information and reading reports and gathering information for that.
Good afternoon, Chief. Amanda Rowley with Crime 2. Seeing some speculation with some of the cars being searched this past week. Wonder if you can squash some of the rumors and that speculation. Is there anything you can share specifically on the white car out front, and then a follow-up for the university after?
So I'll have Captain Lanier go ahead and come up with that.
Thank you.
Well, we have looked at a lot of different vehicles. I'm assuming you're referring to the vehicles that were in the parking lot at the time. Yeah, so some of those vehicles belonged to the victims and some belonged to other people in the house. And so for us, that's part of the crime scene. As I mentioned earlier, the crime scene was expanded out through the parking lot. So we wanted to make sure that we looked at those prior to releasing the crime scene. It was part of the initial investigation that night.
Thank you. And for the university, is there any additional information at this time that you can offer about the candlelight vigil, maybe what we can expect from that? And then any other information you can provide about that ask of the community to light the night on November 30th?
Thank you for that. I'm going to turn this over to Blaine Eccles at this point. He's actually planning the whole event, so we appreciate it.
Good afternoon. I'm Blaine Eccles, Dean of Students. The vigil is going to be hosted next Wednesday, November 30th at 5 p.m. We have it scheduled for the administration lawn at the moment. We're going to make a final determination on location early next week, just because we're waiting for the weather window to get closer, so we feel comfortable that that's where it will be located. We're anticipating a large turnout of community members as well as university members, students, faculty, and staff at that particular event. And all of the families have been invited to join us if they so wish from that aspect of it. The response has just been absolutely beautiful and overwhelming to the love that has been provided to the institution as well as the family members. The Light the Night event that you're talking about, while I don't have a lot of details on that, is set to coincide at the same time, just so that people that can't be here in person as part of the vigil are going to be able to participate remotely as well. The vigil will be live streamed, and it's safe to say that the Vandal family is going to unite and come together to support the families in the darkest moments of their life, quite frankly.
So I'm going to go ahead and take two more questions, okay?
Jordan Smith, KXLY. At this point in time, do investigators know which entrance the suspect used to enter the residence, if this was someone who might have known the door code at the front or maybe used the back door?
Once again, that's part of our investigation. We're not going to release that information this time. Thank you.
Noah Baltimore, News 8. You said this was a targeted event. You won't tell us why they were targeted. What should students do to prevent being targeted in the future?
Well, that's a great question, especially in light of what just happened. If you would have asked us 9 days ago, we would have had probably a different answer. Moscow's always been a very safe community. In light of this, and maybe we should always look at it this way, vigilance, always traveling in pairs, knowing where you're going, telling someone when you arrive, and just that kind of general awareness. Maybe we should, as a community, have always been doing that. You know, in some ways, this took our innocence. I would tell students that you need to stay with a friend. I know that the university staff is looking at different options to increase some of the safety on campus and providing certain options to students. So, yeah, going forward, there's a lot of things that maybe we wish we would have done before, but we need to start doing now.
So I'm going to go ahead and close, but what we do want to let our community know that we do care. We do want to provide a safe environment. We will continue to work hard, and we'll continue to do everything we can. We want people to be vigilant. We want people to report anything suspicious to us and let us get there and handle it. But we are here to provide that safety. So I want to thank you today for coming, and I appreciate your questions.
If you've got pink salt, apple cider vinegar, and baking soda in your kitchen and you're not using this recipe yet, you're throwing away your chance to lose weight effortlessly. Today I'm here to teach you how to make the new Japanese pink salt recipe for fast weight loss. I started using this 4-ingredient homemade recipe last month, and I lost a lot, like a lot. It mimics the effects of those famous Lilly weight loss pills, except this one's 100% natural. But I had to stop because I was literally disappearing inside my clothes. My doctor even told me to eat more burgers and skip the gym just so I wouldn't have to donate my entire wardrobe. As a single mom of 2, I barely have time to breathe, so I decided to try this Japanese pink salt trick to drop a few sizes fast, but I did not expect these results. Just to give you an idea, I dropped 3 pant sizes in a single month. My mom cried when she saw
Sorry, y'all. My whole thing froze up. It kept on doing that. Pisses me off. What, Kane? No, I was trying to get my damn mouse to work. It was being a brat. I hate commercials, and that one gets on my nerves, and my mouse wouldn't fucking move. So I was mad. Made me mad. Oh, jeez. Well, y'all. What the hell? Oh. That was case of interest stuff. Yeah, that's about all I had. I just wanted to really try to figure out what they were talking about. This discussion regarding role of victims, which Kane's right. They may be talking about Bethany and Dylan. But JJ's live. I forgot he was going live today. So I'm fixing to end this so I can go watch his stuff. Most of y'all will probably like his stuff if you don't already watch it. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, this is just par for the course. It's not shocking to me because I knew something was going to happen. These kids' souls are set on truth being told, so we'll watch it unfold. Y'all have a good day, and I will talk to most of y'all on Discord or text or whatever. I love y'all.